Welcome, fellow travelers. I'm Joe, and this is Good Times RVing. We stopped at Grissom Air Museum. It's also a participant in Harvest Hosts, which we are members. Here's the rig in the parking lot. Very spacious parking lot, lots of room. This is the view out the windows of the coach. And this is our relative spot at the Grissom Museum. It was a wonderful stop. And a great museum, and we staged there overnight. It was home of my favorite aircraft, the B-58 Hustler. And here's the front door. A wonderful spot. Again, very many interesting artifacts inside from all eras of various conflicts. And this is our route to Napanee, about an hour and 15 minutes. So we had a very relaxed departure in the morning. In this video, I'd like to share with you some images of our annual Newmar Service Center visit. We visit in the spring each year to the Newmar Service Center to have annual service done on the RV and repair any items that have been lingering that need to be done before the season starts for us. Here we are in town, country suites over here on the left. You'll see the railroad tracks there on the right. If you're visiting Newmar, you'll become quite familiar with those railroad tracks. And here's the road up to the factory. If you head north on this road, you'll go up to the group of factory buildings for Newmar. If you take a factory tour, that's the way you'll go. Here we are entering Main Street in town. Here's the main intersection, if you will. That's the Main Street Coffee Roasters, where we go for breakfast every day. It's a wonderful place, good food, great coffee, and you'll see the main downtown here. Again, we're about 1 o'clock on a Friday, but town is busy. This is a busy town, heavy in manufacturing of RVs, and of course then just a regular Midwest town. You will notice many people using bicycles to get around, mostly Amish. They use either the bicycles or horse-drawn carriages to get around town. And then, it's just other than that, it's just a Midwestern town, a nice place. We're at the tail end of winter, so you see the roads are pretty chopped up. We're very northern Indiana. And here we are heading to the new Newmar Service Center. Directly ahead of us in the brown building, that's the receiving area, and you'll see a steady stream of tractor trailers pulling and delivering items there. Here's a storage warehouse here on the right, and then the main building has offices, customer lounges, and of course the service center. The window we're looking at right now is the main lobby. And then on the left there is the parking area where you stay. There's full hookups. You can stay for the duration of your service. Some folks choose not to stay. They go to a motel, hotel, or go home. We chose to stay. Our 1 week scheduled visit turned into 3 weeks because of various things came up during the visit. There were some delays on parts, and it turned out that we needed to go to the paint shop, which was an item that was discovered by the tech. Here's the person that will greet you, Susan. She is wonderful. Will make your stay very comfortable. She's very quick to have a smile and be cheerful, and will help you with any problems. She really is a wonderful asset for Newmar. She really makes your visit very pleasant and successful. We arrived on a Friday afternoon, about 1 o'clock. We weren't scheduled, our appointment wasn't scheduled till Monday. Our code to get into the parking area here wasn't valid until Sunday. So of course we asked Sue, what do we do? Do I go park at the old lots, or how do I find a parking space? She said, oh, no problem. Got me a new code. The code was extended to that from Friday through our visit, and not an issue. Not many coaches. That's because it's Friday afternoon. Come Sunday night, as you'll see in another picture, that this parking lot fills right up. It was, while we are in, quote, the off season, it will become pretty full. And by the time we left, it was completely full. But here is a picture of a Sunday. We had a great Sunday morning. Of course, we went to the Main Street Coffee Roasters for breakfast. And here's a picture. We had finally the sun came out, and it warmed up to 50s, 40s, 50s. But the sun felt great, and it was just a very pleasant environment. We approached late afternoon. The coaches started to arrive. By evening, completely full. All these folks are ready for Monday morning's appointments. So evening comes quickly, and we go to bed early. Day starts very early here at the Newmar Service Center. Typically, we're up by 5. Here's a picture of dawn. We've already delivered the coach, had breakfast, and we're just going back to the pet lounge, spend our day. Here's what it looks like when we're delivering the coach to the service center before the crack of dawn, having the coach delivered. And this is just a quick scene here to give you some of the lay of the land. You see all the coaches filling up the parking lot, and then on the right there is a delivery unit, a person factory delivery. But it's a short distance in the morning. We just go across the street. It's a pretty quick trip. But I want to give you just a preview of what the inside of the shop looks like. It really is a magnificent facility. So here we are going into the service bays, and on the left there is a power scaffolding, which allows the workers to have any position along the side or the top of the RV. It's very handy when they're replacing items on the roof, or in fact replacing the whole roof. We watch that, doing that to a couple coaches. They literally will peel the old roof off, put a new one on. They do real major work here on a regular basis. See on the right there was the parts counter, and we moved through here. Of course, this is fast rate. We're not moving this fast, obviously. I think you're going just a couple miles an hour. Here we go. When you see all the coaches here, and many of them were having the siding replaced, the sides of the coach replaced, which I was actually surprised that so many coaches were having the siding replaced. Here's one on the left with all the sides, all the walls being replaced. And up by us, where our parking space was, where the work was done on our coach, that another one was having all the walls replaced. Here on the left, you can see that entire coach was being resided. People really fall in love with their coaches, and over the years, the sides start to delaminate, and they just put new sides on. Really is an amazing place to see. I've seen so many things in this shop that they do on a regular basis, major repairs and they do it very efficiently and very quickly. And here we are, Denny's there working in the basement, but this is where our coach spent every day. Denny, as he went around and did his inspection, he found many things, quite honestly, I was unaware of. The front cap had delaminated, and so he found that, and it was no problem. Even though the coach was, quote, out of warranty, they covered it, no problem. So here it is. They put that new strip on, they refastened the cap, put this new strip on, and sent it to paint. This is part of the reason we had the extended visit, is they found items like this, they just covered them. There was no discussion, no worries. It's another reason why I go in off season, is they actually have that flexibility. Here we are putting in the right of the doorway. Here you'll see that black line. That was a screen we installed. It's part of the 2021 coaches. We thought it would just be an easy install. It turned out to be actually several days of working on trying to get that installed. Here's a strap we put on. I was always concerned that the door, when it opened, would go and hit the stops, if you will. And this strap allows the door not to go all the way open, but in fact it provides some resistance so it stays open in the wind. While we were there, the hot water heater stopped working. So we had to go through all that, and we ended up having to put a new controller in, and I put some new sensors in just to again, to get the thing to work fine. I don't know what caused that issue, but this is the controller board that we replaced. And it just seemed odd. But again, they had the flexibility. We were waiting for parts, so I ordered this stuff in, and they installed that. And here they do have a oil change pit, if you will, to allow them to quickly change fluids underneath a DP. Here's a closer look at that catwalk or scaffolding. It's power scaffolding that allows techs to work on any point side or roof of the RV. Very convenient. No ladders necessary. So whether they're working on the windows on the side, any side appliance, or the roof air conditioners, as they are in this case, very easy, comfortable, no ladders necessary. And here they are peeling the roof off a Dutch Star. A couple guys working there. I watched them actually remove and replace a roof. I think it was all within a week, 4 or 5 work days. They were very quick, and it looked very organized, very comfortable, and quite honestly, very safe. And just to give you an idea of what's involved in removing a roof, here's a Dutch Star being refurbished. But look at all those wires and all the pieces once the roof is removed. It is quite a complex activity. And here's the inventory of roofs to be used. I think while we were there, 2 or 3 roofs were replaced. And here, the siding, I was so surprised that so many RVs had their walls replaced. And here again, they did these very quickly. I think it was 100 hours, 100 work hours to remove and replace a wall. Again, it's a very complex procedure, but of course, they understand the coaches. They know exactly where the fasteners are and how to get it all done. Really, quite amazing to watch them work. See this, the final product. We did see this go off for paint, but we weren't there to see it come back. And here's a fifth wheel that they were building for the dealer tech training. This wall has all the systems in an RV, and in the interior of this will be set up to train the dealership techs on the road. He'll actually drive this around to the various dealerships and train their techs on all the Newmar systems. This is fascinating. This is a new project for the Newmar group. And of course, there's lots of shiny bits. This is a new air being delivered to a customer. This is a factory prep. We will actually watch the new owners come and observe their new vehicle and take delivery. Here's a Dutch Star in my favorite paint scheme. What a beautiful, beautiful rig. And I came across this diesel pusher up on its jacks. And I often wondered if the mechanics did, in fact, raise these on occasion, raise these diesel pushers on their jacks. Well, here's proof. They do raise them on their jacks. And this was an oil change. However, I talked to the tech doing this work, and he did have jack stands, just in case something failed, a line popped or these things lost pressure. But just that they are certainly capable. Here are the jack stands. They certainly are capable of holding the entire RV off the ground. Of course, this floor is dead level and flat, so there's no side force applied to those. And here's a nice tool. You can see this black oil container has had the side cut away, and a piece of it's used to change the oil, to drain the oil from the hubs. But here's the lobby. And these little workstations have Wi-Fi, power, and these privacy walls, so you can do your work. A nice facility. This is a well-furnished lobby area. There are, however, no pets in this lobby area. There is a pet lounge, which is just down the hall where we stayed with our cat. But this is an opened area, very comfortable. Then by the clock there is some brochures on things to do around town, and there are books that you can borrow. There are puzzles, which we did a number of, that you can borrow to do just to keep yourself busy. And there's this upper area you'll see up there in the upper right-hand corner with tables to give you some privacy and quiet. You can go up there and just relax if you don't want to be down on the main floor with people. People will be milling through there, coming in, watching television, and some comfortable furniture they have. But it's a very comfortable space. And Newmar really tries very hard to make sure your stay is comfortable, because many people do stay in their RVs like we did. So every night about 2:30, coaches will be taken out and put in the parking lot. We'll set up for the night. We'll get ready for dinner. Here's the pet lounge with the couches, and you'll notice that all the art around, those are all local artisans. The furniture was made locally, the tables are made locally, and all the little statuary and items around the room, this is all local artists that made this. The pictures on the wall are all local artists. During our stay, the lounge never had too many people, one or two, so it was never an issue of being crowded. Again, more local artists and their wares around the room. And here's a clock with a spread of brochures. So if you have an interest of doing outside activities, there on the table. The cat escaped her cage, and she's looking for Gail out the window. And there's a little kitchen area, so there's coffee. Coffee can be made, a little place to have your lunch, and a place to wash your dishes should you need to. Of course, they do have a parts department, all sorts of things for both the male and the female. Lots of cleaning tools and lubricants, but also camping wares, items you might need to enjoy your trip. So it was a reasonably well-stocked outfit, and hard to get Newmar parts, small things that you can't find elsewhere. And you can send packages to the building and pick them up. Susan will hold them for you. We do this every year. I always seem to need something when I'm there, so I order it in, and of course 2-day delivery, and it shows up at the desk, and Sue will hold it for me and call me and say it's ready. So here's my morning coffee, Main Street Roasters. We bring it back to the pet lounge each day. They have fabulous coffee. Main Street Roasters building on the corner here, Main Street and Route 6. A very busy place. It is quite popular, though not much delay. They serve you very quickly, but it is a popular place, and many of the locals are in there, and you do get quite a mix. You'll see many of the different locals, and they have a card shop and curios and certain items that you need or may want. Local artwork. The streets are filled with local artwork. They have little, here's a metal item made from scrap. Around the town, you'll see all these items. Very creative, a wonderful little town. And of course, the weather was unpredictable. We did get snowed on. It got into the teens at night, but during the day it was usually in the 30s. And the snow didn't last long. It was a bit of a surprise when it came down, but by the next day, it was drying up in the bright sun, and by afternoon, it was pretty much gone. Here we are later in the day, and snow is gone. Sunsets were wonderful, but before you knew it, it was time to go. Here we are pulling out on a Friday morning, heading towards home. Of course, this is at the beginning of the pandemic. It was a lot of uncertainty going on. We didn't really know what was closed and what wasn't closed. I thought we'd just share this departure from the area. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this and took away something useful. Have a great day. Enjoy your journeys. See you on the road.